Hey, Brian again from quantlabs.net. One of my other premium quantlabs.net premium members was asking about Streambase and if it's something that I'd consider as part of our solution to going with whatever trading platform, whatever it is. My answer would be no. I'm hoping not. Streambase is a pretty expensive option, no different than Matlab. But the nice thing with the latest features, and actually the last few years, MathWorks have done a great job in providing products that are similar to what Streambase does. For those that don't know what Streambase is, there's something called Google. I'm sure you can look it up and figure it out on your own. But in a nutshell, Streambase is just a way to do real-time analytics where you can connect into a data feed and then have Streambase basically do all kinds of events, raising triggers or getting or designing triggers that raise events based upon whatever market conditions in the data. As I said, that's a fairly expensive option. MathWorks have a product that does something similar called Stateflow. I'm actually currently reading it as the last few days and upcoming few days, so it's becoming my next big priority. So I'm thinking Stateflow can do kind of the same thing or Streambase can do the same, or Stateflow can do the same thing as Streambase. But it's also part of Simulink. And just for those that may not know, from a software design perspective, I would say of anything out there in terms of a trading platform, this is easily the hardest and most complicated thing when it comes to, okay, you get in all this data, what to do with it, and how do you build your trading decisions around it. So sucking it in and raising events based upon those market conditions is not an easy thing to do. Stateflow is really well designed where it can do it all visually, but at the same time that those events that they get triggered can be a MATLAB function, or especially in my case that I'm really interested in is can be a C function. So as a result, what I'm planning to do, and I'm hoping to demo this on YouTube, is to be able to take those events, maybe it be a MATLAB M script, co-generate it using the Matlab compiler. There is obviously a caveat to that is that you cannot really use any external, I call them external, but non-base Matlab functions. For instance, if it's from the econometrics toolbox, the financial toolbox, that's a fairly big caveat because of the compiler. The Matlab compiler needs to support it, or if I'm going to go through the Simulink option, the Simulink has to, or those functions, whatever I use, have to comply within the Simulink ecosystem. So a lot of those functions in something like econometrics or the financial toolboxes are not supported. There may be some options to look at, especially with some of the more recent updates in MATLAB, where you can take using something like a MATLAB Builder JA or a MATLAB Builder NE toolbox, be able to build any MATLAB function I choose, including those that are not part of the MATLAB base but are part of the econometrics or the financial or whatever other toolbox out there, and then be able to put it into a assembly or a Java jar file, and then be able to parallelize the process as part of that Builder NE build within that DLL that gets generated. So I can do parallelization in that. Not sure if CUDA is part of that or can be supported as part of the GPU option. If it is, that's either way, it opens up a lot of doors, but it still kind of makes it kind of wonky. But there's lots of options to play with here, and there's probably some other ones that I'm not thinking of as well. So is Streambase needed? Probably not. If you're writing a hand-coded C++ or a Java system where you need the functionality of something like a Streambase, that's where it's good for. But to be used in parallel with MATLAB, Personally, I don't see a need for it. You already got that through the Stateflow if you are planning to use Simulink, which I am, because it just takes MATLAB from here and it puts MATLAB up to this level with Simulink and Stateflow. So that's the intention. Hopefully that answers your question. Keep them coming because I'll do my best to get stuff answered. I've been getting a lot of questions lately, and they've already been asked a million times over. So if you do plan to ask, make sure you do a search on my site, on the blog, or just generally in Google, because time used to be this much for me. Now it's like down to this much, and it's kind of unfortunate because I do love doing this stuff, but priorities and duty calls sometimes. Anyways, hopefully that'll help you out. Talk to you later.